James Ransone's story. The good, the pain, the hero. There are some names that trend because of fame, and then there are names that trend because the world suddenly realizes it didn't truly know the person at all. James Ransone became one of those names. When the news broke, it didn't feel real at first. People scrolled past it, reread the headline, refreshed their feeds, hoping it was wrong. The Wire actor, the guy from it, the one from Sinister.
Gone.
At 46, too young, too sudden, too final. But as the hours passed, something strange happened. This wasn't just a celebrity death cycle. This wasn't just a trending topic that would fade by morning. Stories started surfacing. Personal ones, dark ones, brave ones. Stories that reframed who James Ransone really was, not as a character on a screen, but as a deeply complex human being who lived with pain, fought demons, saved a life, and ultimately lost a battle most of us never saw. James Finley Ransone III was born in Baltimore, Maryland, a city that would later define his most famous role, but also one that shaped him long before the cameras arrived. His father was a Vietnam War veteran. His home life wasn't glossy or protected. It was real,
Rough.
emotional, the kind of environment that either hardens you or cracks you open. James leaned into art early. Acting wasn't just a dream. It was an escape, a way to become someone else when being himself felt too heavy. He attended the George Washington Carver Center for Arts and Technology, a place that nurtured creativity but didn't shield students from the realities of life. Later, he moved to New York, studying at the School of Visual Arts, chasing a future that felt uncertain but necessary. When he began acting professionally in the early 2000s, nothing came easy. Small roles, short appearances, background parts, the kind of grind that breaks more people than it makes. But then came The Wire. In 2003, James Ransone became Ziggy Sobotka. Ziggy wasn't a hero. He wasn't admirable. He was insecure, reckless, desperate to be seen, desperate to matter. And that's exactly why the role worked so well. James didn't play Ziggy, he exposed him. Every awkward laugh, every bad decision, every moment of self-sabotage felt painfully real. Viewers laughed at Ziggy, and then suddenly realized they weren't laughing anymore. Because Ziggy wasn't a joke. He was a warning, a mirror, a portrait of what happens when someone wants respect but doesn't know how to earn it, when someone is drowning emotionally but keeps pretending they're fine. That performance didn't just put James Ransone on the map, it quietly revealed something deeper. This was an actor willing to sit inside discomfort, willing to show the ugly parts of humanity without cleaning them up. But while audiences were discovering his talent, James was carrying something far heavier off-screen. Years later, in 2021, he revealed a truth that reframed everything. As a child, James had been sexually abused by a trusted authority figure, an educator. A betrayal that cut deep and stayed buried for decades. Trauma like that doesn't disappear. It mutates. It hides. It leaks into adulthood in ways people don't always understand. For James, that pain became addiction. In his 20s, he struggled with heroin. Not recreational use. Not experimentation. A real fight. The kind that rewires your brain, isolates you from people who care about you, and convinces you that numbness is better than feeling anything at all. He survived it. He got sober. He rebuilt himself piece by piece. But sobriety doesn't erase trauma. It just removes the anesthesia. And yet, despite everything, James kept showing up. He kept working. He kept choosing roles that were raw, uncomfortable, and emotionally demanding. Films like Sinister and Sinister 2. Roles where fear wasn't theatrical, it was internal. Chapter 2, where he played adult Eddie Kasprak, a character haunted by childhood trauma, anxiety, and fear, a role that felt eerily personal in retrospect. People praised his performance for its vulnerability. They didn't realize how close to home it hit. And then there was the story that almost no one knew. Years before the fame, before the horror films, before the conventions and interviews, James lived in a New York apartment building in Chinatown. One night, a woman in the building, Molly, was attacked outside.
Choked.
Overpowered, her life slipping away in seconds. She screamed. James heard it. No camera, no spotlight, no guarantee of safety. He ran outside anyway. He didn't hesitate. He didn't wait. He didn't calculate the risk. He chased the attacker off and likely saved her life. That moment didn't become a headline. It didn't become a viral clip. It lived quietly, known only to the people involved. Until after his death. Only then did the world learn that James Ransone wasn't just someone who portrayed broken men on screen. He was someone who ran toward danger when it mattered most. And that's where the story becomes painful. Because here was a man who could save someone else, but couldn't save himself. On December 19th, 2025, James Ransone died by suicide. The news hit like a punch to the chest. Tributes poured in from actors, directors, fans. Channing Tatum called him one of the realest. Horror fans mourned a genre icon. The Wire fans revisited Ziggy with new eyes. But beneath the tributes was an uncomfortable truth. Talent doesn't protect you. Success doesn't cure trauma. Heroism doesn't guarantee survival. James had a family, a wife, children, people who loved him deeply. And yet something inside him told him the pain was louder than all of that. This is the part of the story people struggle with. The part that makes us ask uncomfortable questions. How many people around us are smiling while quietly breaking? How often do we mistake strength for stability? How many heroes are drowning silently? James Ransone's life wasn't a tragedy from start to finish. It was full of creativity, impact, courage, meaning. He left behind performances that will be watched for decades. Characters that felt alive. Moments that mattered. But his story is also a reminder that sometimes the people who understand pain the most are the ones who suffer it deepest. James Ransone was not just an actor. He was not just a hero. He was human. And maybe that's why his story hurts so much, because it feels close. Because it feels real. Because it reminds us that compassion, attention, and conversation matter more than we realize. This wasn't just the end of a career. It was the silencing of a voice that carried truth, vulnerability, and courage, both on screen and off. This is his legacy, not just as an actor, not just as a hero, but as a mirror for the human experience.